Hello, people of the world. We are back, the number one podcast in the entirety of the UK. We are number one. It's lonely at the top.
It's tough being so big. Things
I knew
have changed.
we'd do it. Number one, baby.
Number one in the UK. That's not just comedy, wasn't it? Was it?
It was number one.
Was it comedy?
No, it was number one episode in the whole of the UK.
In the whole of the UK. The most listened to and retained listening to episodes.
So we're number 4 comedy podcast.
Yeah.
We're number 15 actual podcast, but we are number
Sycamore
one,
Gap. The Sycamore Gap.
Number one episode above Joe Rogan. Above Restless Politics, you can suck my gonads.
Suck our fat one. Suck our collective
and the
fat
new scientist, who I'm sure was pretty very informative.
Yeah. People said that you couldn't do a podcast exclusively on the felling of the Sycamore Gap. They were
look
wrong.
at that. Number
Sycamore
one
Gap
in the UK.
Number one. You can't say that we're not a fucking news podcast. Yeah. That is us bringing local important stories into the national ether.
Yeah. And I think what's interesting about the story of this podcast is it's been going for, I think, almost 5 years. And I don't think... I think we've probably cracked the top 100 episodes maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
And now we're number one.
Number one. It was a meteoric rise. It was a meteoric rise, and it was just because of our analysis of the Sycamore Gap.
I'm pretty sure. Well, it's just, it's pretty clickbaity, isn't it? Everyone wants to know about the
Sycamore Gap. Everyone across the UK wants a comedic angle of the Sycamore Gap. Everyone wants that shit.
Maybe it's the new thumbnail guy.
It could be the new thumbnail guy.
What was his thumbnail on the Sycamore Gap? Was it just like Tree Destroyer, was it?
Thumbnail should
He's
be
a
simple.
wizard. He's
a fucking wizard in his work. Look at that. There we are. The number one podcast episode in the country.
The red eyes on that man.
So,
I don't even know who that man is. Is he the man accused? Props.
He's one of them, yeah.
We were looking at our analytics, and the last episode got over 10 times more than our next best episode, pretty much.
Yeah. Not very good retention. I think people were maybe intrigued by the concept of the Sycamore Gap and then immediately realised they didn't want to hear from us.
Well, what's interesting, I think Spotify have just chosen to feature us, I guess. Yeah. So I think we're on the homepage, so loads of new listeners giving it a go.
Yeah.
What is pretty heartbreaking
What's interesting is they don't give it a go for long, do they?
Audience retention.
What was that? Go on it.
Medium play time, 37 seconds.
Go.
So the medium play of the last episode was 30.
Well, that's not fair.
Yeah.
If you're going to click on a fucking podcast, give it a fucking go. Not 37 seconds. Oh, these guys are cunts. Fuck off. I get that, but I don't understand it if it was after even 5 minutes. But 30 seconds, give us a fucking chance, gang. Most of them have accidentally clicked on it.
Yeah.
That's literally barely,
go down.
Barely breaking.
Can we look at some
intro
of the
music?
So after 10 sec. So go to the top. So where was 100% retention at 5 seconds? So 10 seconds. We managed to keep everyone for 10 seconds.
Everyone. That's
down.
100%.
That's 100%. Look, that's the big numbers. And then as soon as we hit 25, we're already down to 65%.
That's after the intro music.
That's after
and we've
the intro.
opened our mouth.
Hello. Bang. Go down. What's next? 30, 58, 35, 50. And then we get
so
to
when does it really start leveling out? It's
2
basically
minutes.
3 minutes, we hit 20%.
We've lost 80% of listeners in under 3 minutes. Is that... What did we say? What was the opening?
What's annoying is that Spotify have actually featured 2 of our episodes, but they don't tell us when they're going to do it.
Yeah, so we can't get a banger
I
in.
think the episodes were fine, both of them, but one of them was when we were doing it at my house, not here even.
Yeah.
And it's just and everyone was commenting, why is his feet so close? Because you were,
yeah.
And it was just because if you just stumbled across this podcast.
They should probably get a studio. We kind of have. We've got a shed.
I just wish they'd tell us, because what if it was a terrible episode as well? What was an absolute
I remember the Sycamore Gap being quite a slow start.
It was a slow start. It was poor. I mean, clearly.
Clearly a slow start.
Now get comments up. Now, the problem is, the good thing about Boys Gone Wild is because it's been such a gradual growth.
Yeah.
All of our listeners have been they found it themselves.
Yeah.
It's been slow. But when it's forced down people's throats, we got Mark Cousins who commented, "No, all cunts get a life."
In fairness.
He looks pretty angry.
Yeah.
I guess he was just scrolling Spotify and he said, "Who are these guys? Oh, fuck off."
Fuck
How long do you think he lasted? Probably
I don't know. Enough.
15 seconds, maybe.
I don't know, enough to get angry about us. So I think he was there for a while.
Yeah. But yeah, we're number one podcast in the UK.
Yeah, thanks for getting us here, guys. Well, to be honest,
It's been a real journey. We're going to go back to 150th, I think, this episode.
Well, we can chill out now. We've already lost 80% of our audience. It's all over. We're just speaking to a few people left. All the old people who listen, really.
Yeah. Well, it's good that most people now in the UK have given us a try and said, nah.
No, thank you. Understand what you're making over there, and it's not for me.
It sort of feels like the Sycamore Gap episode was like the U2 album, where it was just it was forced onto everyone's phones, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Maybe a bit of notice would have been a good thing.
Yeah.
We could be right. They're going to push this episode.
Let's make sure
not be boring talking about a tree for 10 minutes.
I don't know how we opened that episode.
I remember it being particularly slow because we actually. We didn't actually have that much to say about the Sycamore Gap.
No.
Initially. It took a while to find anything. It was really an episode about me being an uncle, but that
Know-it-all cunt.
Know-it-all cunts. What did we even know it all about? The Sycamore Gap?
Being an uncle?
Yeah. I guess not. I don't think we said anything serious in the whole episode. Yeah, well, it's come at the same time as we had a couple of billboards up around London.
Yeah, we're celebs.
So I would like to ask if anyone has come from the Billboard. It's an interesting question to me.
Yeah, because so Spotify are doing this thing when they're pushing video, and anyone who really has video, they'll give you a billboard if you want it. And it looks very glamorous when you post it on Instagram.
Yeah,
because it looks like, for some people, it might not even look like an LED. It might look like they've painted it or printed it onto a proper billboard in the centre of London. But it is. What you don't see for us getting a photos outside the billboard is us waiting for maybe 10 minutes to try and cycle through all the ads.
We saw McVitie's a lot.
Yeah, McVitie's got a lot of airtime.
They've really goosed the cash there, whatever, if that's a phrase.
And it's less glamorous when it's like it's up and you have 10 seconds to get a photo.
Yeah. And it was like, no, quick, turn. No, move closer. Oh,
look like it's up for ages.
The biscuits are back. The biscuits are back. The biscuits have always come back.
But very interested to know
if anyone has walked past a billboard and gone, that looks like a podcast I want to try out.
Well, maybe Mark Cousins.
Mark Cousins, probably. Well, these guys look intriguing. Oh no, they're know-it-all cunts. Horrible little rancid boys, aren't they? Yeah, I'm just fascinated if anyone. I mean,
to be fair, maybe Spotify didn't push us. Maybe it's
all the Billboard. It could just be the Billboard.
Because it is, it has charm just to...
Yeah.
We've done the Billboard and then it's blown up.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's not a coincidence. Spotify done it at the same time.
We're in Stratford, outside the Westfield.
I know.
So that's a lot of people.
For this massive singular growth, I mean, to be honest, if it is the Billboard, it's sadder because then it's genuinely people are like, I'm going to go, that looks like a funny podcast, I'll give it a shot. And then the retention is that,
Yeah, I don't want to... Charlie, don't show them our actual stats, but I think you can show them the shape of the graph.
Yeah. The shape of the graph.
The shape of the graph is really...
It's fucking rude. I don't like it. Fucking dickheads. Just listen for a bit longer. Wait, so what's our other retention?
This is not retention, this is listens.
This is listens, yeah.
Yeah. Historic listens.
Well, I don't like how the graph goes down, because we haven't even done another podcast yet. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, give us a second.
It's like, give us a fucking week. Like, we got 0 listens since then. It's like, yeah, we're doing it now. Chill out, you fucking graph.
Yeah, I don't think graphs just wait for the new episode, though.
No. Well, they should. What I'm saying is graph should wait for you and I'll die on that hill. Well, there you go.
How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm good. I'd like to show you a TikTok.
Great. It's early for a TikTok.
It is early for a TikTok, but this guy has really captured my imagination. Yeah. I've managed to rejig my TikTok feed to get back to my passions, which is essentially...
You had a good time on TikTok recently.
Guy on the top, first link first. Yeah, basically, to get the freaks out. Pause. Okay. Pause. So, it's the people with no views and no followers, but are still out there making what they see as art.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got back on Niverbit, the meal deal guy. He just did a thing with Simon Squibb, and he spoke about how he wants to use meal deal content as a vehicle for social change.
But how sincere is it?
Incredibly sincere.
Right. Because he's sort of like, he's filled the Bevo-shaped hole because Bevo got beamed up.
Yeah,
into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Neve is still the right level of celebrity for you.
Niv's always been my guy, really, because he's just a harmless fucking... His Tesco skits are, they weren't even interesting reality, let alone any kind of drama.
Yeah.
But no, I'd recommend it. Anyway, I found this guy, and so he's a musician. So I think we should actually listen to all of this song, and you tell me what you think it's about.
Okay.
But then what's the music is obviously amazing, but the take as well of this song I think is also incredible.
Hey, I get it. Hey, I hear you. Hey, it's all good.
Inexplicably soldering items in a woodshop.
Hey, have a good one. Say what you mean. Mean what you say.
Even with the double positive.
Right, interesting to end it on. Yeah.
Very interesting. Can you scroll down, please, Charlie? What does he say there? I think he's doing a countdown of his best songs at the moment. Number 5 in my Spotify countdown. I get it. Right. This is a compilation of phrases everyone uses, but I personally dislike. Meaningless, vague, insincere, or just dumb. Right. What's interesting is you go through, what are the phrases he doesn't like?
I get it.
I get it. I hear you. Have a good one. What about them as vague, insincere, and meaningless?
His
and
whole
dumb?
thing is mean what you say what you mean.
Look,
I get it. It's saying what you mean.
Yeah, this is like what my mum says when she's had a bottle of wine and she gets a bit frustrated about people not saying correct English.
Right.
She hasn't made a song out of it, but they're also like, it's all good. I hit. So imagine you're talking, you're saying something. I go, yeah, no, I hear you.
It's like, well, say what you mean.
Well, so you mean? I mean literally that. It's the take on the words is such an odd phrases to get annoyed about. But it's very dad, you know. He's inexplicably for those of you who
I
aren't
thought it was
watching.
going to be about soldering or something.
He's in this.
I mean, it's a good shed.
It's a great
solid,
shed, but
he's got a real. He's
What's
got a
he
thing
doing
going.
with all those phones? So he's honestly throughout the whole song, for those of you that can't see it, he's got like a soldering iron and like lots of mobiles on the table, and he's doing something to them. There's lots of close-ups of the mobiles and him soldering. But it's got no fucking link to the song.
Sorry, it's so hard to do a podcast when Charlie is checking everything at all times, where it feels like it's always about to stop recording. It's like a one-man band. He's got cymbals between his legs. It's just he
doesn't
you
need
can
it,
see
man.
what we can see. He's got so much tech in front of him, and he doesn't know how any of it works at any point. And he's checking if it's on every 10 seconds.
I just don't trust any of the cards.
Sorry.
No.
It's just
go on his,
constantly checking.
Go on his profile. Go on his profile. Yeah. Just click on any other song.
Have you gone through it?
Yeah. We'll do one. Let's do number 6.
Let's do number 6. So
He's pinned it. Have seen this one. Sorry. Go number 7. Oh, sorry. No, I have seen that one. Go number 8.
The future should be here by now. Resource conservation. Future scenes in magazine. Now it's so great. The future should be here by now.
This guy's fucking awesome.
I can hardly wait.
Right. What I like is that they're quite simplistic meanings, but quite hard to understand. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Like, it's not that complicated, but it's quite hard to...
What do you think he was saying with that
Well, he
one?
was talking about resource conservation.
He said that once. I don't think that means there's the whole fucking... It was the future.
It's not the future.
The hook was the future should be here by now. He's excited about the future that he's saying should already be here. There was it was a weird start. It was a balanced population. That's never
because it's a
that's never
population
happened.
resource type thing.
Yeah, but
Is it fears of overpopulation? We're not...
starting a song with balanced population is a bit fucking Hitler-esque for me, but yeah.
Yeah, he's
Well,
awesome.
what's great about these kind of blokes as well
is
he's clearly had a passion for music since he was young.
Yeah.
He's probably a woodworker, isn't he, or something?
Right.
Or works in tech. And he's hit this midlife crisis, and instead of like complaining about it around the family dinner table, saying, I wish I'd at least gave it a shot. Now he's got the opportunity to give it a shot with TikTok and everything. But this is what
TikTok. This is who it should be for. It's people like this.
It should, yeah.
Because he's treating TikToks like he treats DIY projects in his shed.
Absolutely,
He's going in there expressing himself.
He is.
It's got a hobbyist vibe to it, which I like.
It does, because it's also just it's not music. It's everything. Nothing. None of it goes together.
Right.
It's just a clash of random sounds, essentially, at the same time. What's also great is he's almost definitely a father.
Yeah.
Like that's same with his wife there. He's definitely got kids. The also thing about TikTok is like, obviously I follow him and lots of other people do because they found him.
Right.
And that's just going to put fuel on this fire. He's going to go, what I'm doing right now, people love it.
Well, this is how all of these stars get made.
Yeah. And then they end up
completely
he'll
free.
end up with an OnlyFans. Fucking sending pictures of his feet to random people.
What are you going to say, Charlie?
I think the lyrics are actually, because they're so simple, there is actually something kind of powerful about
I knew
them.
you'd like it.
I'm not even...
Yeah, but there's something like a mantra to it.
It's not like on
It's
the nose.
repetitive.
It's kind of odd, but simple, but therefore quite powerful.
Yeah, that's how you get a crowd
that's
up.
That's literally your taste. Odd but simple, but potentially powerful.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
mostly, it's just odd and simple. Odd but simple.
That's how I describe Charlie.
This is how I found
Also,
him.
odd but simple.
You think there's more behind, but there really isn't.
Do you not think that there's any... that there's something quite kind of...
Let's try this one. We'll have that conversation after. This is where I found him. The worst fucking DJ in the world.
You've been gone.
No,
I think something else.
something else is playing.
Clearly,
How? There's been a lot of
there's
shit.
lots of ways in.
And I'm feeling good.
Yeah, it's a fucking
It's your
podcast on
Spotify.
Spotify. You're playing a podcast on Spotify. You're putting on a different fucking podcast. I think that's worse than him checking his emails. Just putting on another podcast. Pause it for a sec. This is a much more simpler concept.
more simpler.
This is a much...
You got schooled there, lad.
Oh, you just play the fucking video.
Take a little step, just to your left. Show your toe slide and fly away. Walk is straight ahead, right foot left. Dance, go back and dance, shuffle and stop. You won't regret. Working up a sweat. Dancing at the side.
Pause it.
No, is that
can we
an
just
ad?
scroll down because I think he said something about this.
Right.
So this is number 9 in his Spotify countdown. Woodside Hotel, inspired by all the great big band songs of the 1930s, the mad drumming of Gene Krupa, and getting locked out of a live venue. Take a little step just to your left! Exclamation mark. So this is, he's clearly he got locked out of a live venue, or like the jazz greats of the 30s did. Someone got locked out,
Right.
and he hasn't taken the concept much further with the video.
Yeah.
It's him outside a locked door, stepping to his right and his left. But
I've got a song to show you, but shall I show you it now?
what's his name? I guess we've had enough of Ray and bass.
Now this is fascinating because it's a bit of a bop, but
yeah.
So this is clearly like made within the Aboriginal community to stop a problem which is clearly happening, that they're huffing petrol a lot. But I guess because huffing petrol is not a big problem for people I know, it does sound truly bizarre the way they put this song together.
You're going to have to read out the lyrics because it's in a different language.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
It's a view one. All
Huffing
right.
is just isn't it?
I think most people know what huffing is.
Well, we don't huff in this country, really, do we?
We don't compare, I don't really hear about people huffing.
We sniff rather than huff. We sniff glue.
Yeah, that's true.
Lands. Sniff petrol from a can. Put your petrol in the car, it stays. It's messing with your brains. Thirdly, understand. Sniff petrol from a can. Petrol in the car, it goes. Don't be running around there and sniff it up your nose. Stop sniffing.
Stop sniffing. Stop sniffing.
Don't your family.
Wait.
It's sick. Come on, come on, come on.
Describe what's happening.
Well, there's a lot of people doing backflips, but it's just
Where are they?
really vibey.
Is this like a camp?
Petrol from a can. Petrol in the car it stays. Don't be rama, it's messing with your brains. Don't you understand? Don't sniff petrol from a can. I listened to that about 20 times. It's because it's got there's a real like positive vibe to it, and all the videos during it is like
It's
Aboriginal. Can we not play Jack Jones' sketches? It's
Not, a lot of these public service announcements, they're depressing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas this one has a hope, one day we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Can we think of like how would we do a song where it's like, what's a problem in the UK that like that needs to be addressed that we could do with a song? Picking up your baby.
Picking up your baby.
Don't let your baby walk off.
Don't let your baby walk off. How many baby walk off related deaths are there?
Probably quite a
Don't sniff petrol from a can. It's such a funny line. It's meant to go in your car, but it just had this like the hopeful energy is more like we can overcome anything. As in, and all the videos is just the community-led stuff where everyone's having the best time ever. Yeah. It's just so
It's also informational because it feels like they had no idea that you don't have to huff petrol. It's like you can just put it in your car, guys. What? You're not meant to fucking huff it.
Anyway, have we all had do you have a good VE day
How was
yesterday?
your VE day, Charlie? How did you celebrate VE day?
I read the Metro.
Right, that's good. Was that for VE day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that it was VE day, which is a good one.
How did you celebrate it?
I just thought about Churchill.
Right.
What did you think about him?
Thought he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And he meant well. I mean, he was obviously a controversial character. But ultimately, he had our interests at heart. And, without him, we'd be speaking German.
It's true. It is true. We would be speaking German. I mean, it would probably help us speak because I was terrible at German.
What would help?
Yeah, I'm coming out.
Well, you'd just be bad at English instead.
Yeah, but I'd be good at German. My German would be
Well,
bad.
it would help if you needed to speak German.
Well, I guess, yeah, because we did German together. We both did very bad at school. I got a C at GCSE. You got a B, didn't you? But if Churchill didn't have such a bulldog spirit, we probably would have done very well in our German exams.
I think
so I blame Churchill.
You've confused this. We'd just have really bad English grades.
Yeah, but I'm talking about German specifically.
Right. We would be better at speaking German.
It's a case-by-case basis,
You
Andrew.
are right. We would be better at speaking German.
I'll come to my English problems later.
Right,
I'm dealing with German.
So what you're saying...
And in my German oral exams, I'm like, Churchill, you've done it again!
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying if we spoke German, we'd be better at German?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Exactly.
No,
I'm just saying every cloud has a silver lining,
Yeah.
What, you got the Metro with you?
I got the Metro with me. I saw the picture.
Do some topical stuff.
The
That's
royal
good.
family on the balcony.
Yeah, they had a wave.
I'm not really fussed about the royal family, but I think it would be interesting to see them on the royal balcony.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, it's an event,
To be
isn't
honest,
it?
I haven't seen any royal ever. Have you ever seen a royal ever?
No.
No,
I'd like to see
Prince
one.
Charles kissed me on the cheek or touched my cheek, one or the other.
Which
Right.
cheek?
I don't know, but he touched.
on.
He touched me on the cheek.
When? Why?
As a
Why?
baby, as a boy.
When?
He just came
Why?
he came to our
Just
town.
tell the story.
Tell the story.
All I know is, come on. Charles came to my town.
Yeah.
And I was in a pram, and my mum probably asked Charles if he wanted to touch me, and Charles said yes, so he touched me on the cheek with his mouth or finger.
Do you think that's why you're like this now?
Horrible way to describe all of that.
Maybe,
Hate
yeah.
it every minute.
But my
So you don't remember it?
It would have been at like
No,
a
of course not.
parade or something. He would
I
have
think
been
he was just
meet
around.
and
I think he was
greet.
just in town.
No, he wasn't, because they don't do that.
Came
He
over.
wasn't just around town. Anyone went, I'm sorry to bother you. He was like, oh, it's fine. That was my Prince Charles.
I
Oh,
don't.
that's
All I know
okay,
is he touched
boy.
me. He did touch me.
Oh, I'd like to meet one. And you know, I think no matter what you feel about the Royals, seeing one would be cool. It's it's a rare one.
not?
Yeah. But I think that
Egg 'em. Would you egg a royal?
Yeah. Give him a good egging.
It's funny to throw an egg at a king, though.
It is. Well, that's fucking... You'd be
I
probably
think
still be
he's been
killed
egged
for that.
Yeah, treason.
Yeah.
You can't be throwing eggs at king. Well, someone did throw an egg at the king.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but you know, I've already talked about this. How I'm not a fan of egging. I do think it's a bad way to deal with problems.
Right.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't think a lot's been achieved through egging.
Well, yeah, we discussed milkshaking as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the same-
they
it's the
might
same
not be
thing.
great guys, but I'm not sure covering them in milkshake is actually the best way to win this argument.
Victory in Europe Day.
What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I don't know, because we have Remembrance Sunday, which is where we really reflect on.
Well, that's more about
the people who
reflecting on the
gave their
losses. That's
today.
reflecting on the losses. That's a sad day, whereas VE Day is hey, this is what they sacrificed it for.
Yeah, it does feel like the World War II stuff is starting to. With this generation, it's starting to, because it felt
10% of people didn't know what it was in Britain.
what World War II.
VE Day.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because the way that the World War One and World War II have been set up in memoriam is that we'll never forget, right?
Yeah.
It's our long 9/11, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But I do feel people will eventually.
Yeah, naturally.
In 300 years, it'll be like,
Yeah.
do we still talk about this?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
So I wonder how long there's going to be. I guess we have to wait for them all to die. They're all dead.
Yeah, once
pretty much.
are they all gone now?
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, that was a bit much, wasn't it? 100 or so years? Fuck me. They really milked that one. Yeah, well, you don't. Yeah, obviously, we don't remember, the colonial wars from the past.
Yeah, it's less heroic, that one. Though.
It is, but, back
The
in the day.
Anglo-Zulu War, you're not going to be like, remember those brave soldiers.
Lest we forget who fought for our right for more power. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a while, but this is a pretty big conflict. To be honest, any excuse to get the red arrows out.
Yeah,
I think it's when
you're a big red arrows head.
Big red arrows head. I think it's my most patriotic moment is when I see the red arrows fly over. I'm like, yeah, go on then, lads.
You just like to see a job well done, though.
I do like to see a job well done, but look at
It's
them in
your
that
love of
formation.
Mission Impossible.
It really is. It really is. But it is mad.
Would you like to be a red arrow?
No.
No, okay.
No, I don't have the bottle for it. Don't have the
Go on,
nerve.
don't.
Don't
No,
have
I
the
bet
nerve.
you do.
No, I'm not like an amazing flyer. I'm not a bad
Pilot.
one. I'll be fine. I'm sure. Look, give me some time.
Yeah.
You could train me up to do it. But
It'd be funny to fuck it as one of the red arrows, but there's just one.
I met a red arrow
Did you?
at a festival.
What was he like?
He was lovely. We had a wee together.
How do you know he was a red arrow?
With the uniform. Basically, the Red Arrows did a flyover at Isle of Wight Festival in 2015.
And then he nipped down for a piss.
Well, no, because then, you're the Red Arrows, you park up, you come to the fucking festival.
Right,
In
right,
hindsight, was he a Red Arrow or was he lying to me?
I think he was
Because I
lying.
can't imagine. They didn't park the planes at the festival, did they?
How long after seeing the flyover did you see him go for a piss?
It wasn't instantly.
fucked
It
were
wasn't
you?
immediately.
But it was pretty soon.
I was pretty fucked. It was me and Max met one, and we've spoke about it to this day, but I've only just realised that probably wasn't. I think that was just a guy in a jumpsuit who said he
In
was.
a jumpsuit, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but you fly over. You imagine.
Did he give the vibe of someone who's dedicated his life to being an excellent pilot?
He was
Right.
very stoic. He wasn't like pissed like the
He's
rest
gonna
of the
have like a
festival.
bucket out.
Offering me some cat in the
I'm a
toilet.
fucking red arrow, mate.
Yeah, I just did the flyover. It was lit. Well, no, because it was a surprise flyover, and it was an excellent moment because we were walking to go and see whoever, and then Bosh, just the red arrows came over.
Yeah.
Like that's mad.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not expecting it. Red arrows are great. Imagine not expecting the red arrows.
Well,
and the
that
red
should
arrows
should
arrive.
happen more often. Is the unexpected red arrows?
I think, but that's actually a bit terrifying as well. I don't think it should happen too often.
No, but at
At a festival, at a large event.
I don't know. Yeah, so FA Cup final.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just whip it out. No
just
one's
whip it out.
expecting
And they're like, what? Because everyone was like that for like 2 hours. Everyone was like, that was fucking nuts. It was good fun. But then, no. So they would have given them a ticket to the festival, I'm sure. But in reality, they've got to go park the planes, haven't they?
Right, and they're purely ceremonial.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the bear hats, the royal guards, right? If shit kicked off, would we be using the red arrows militaristically?
The Royal Guards do something.
Yeah, I guess
They can do. They kick off. They're there to
they've
guard.
got karate.
No, these are
if the called
they're
upon.
like they're gymnasts. they're like the gymnast wing of the RAF. RAF are the
But
warriors.
I guess if we were right up against it, it would be like, sorry, boys.
Yeah.
This is time to really put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah. Well, we just want to do flips. Well, we need you in combat now. Yeah, of course, they're all fucking jet fighters.
I guess in my head, these are the best military fighters, flying fighters in the country.
Look, don't take my word for
This
it.
is Top Gun, right?
It is no.
Well, I guess it's not very
acrobatic.
inconspicuous, seeing as they've got all this flames coming out. If you're trying to,
Yeah, they're very red.
if you're trying to not attract enemy.
It's
I
true.
wouldn't send the red arrows in.
I think what happens
It'd be
is
funny if they were like reconnaissance flights.
with
Just flying over Russia.
red, white, and blue just everywhere. I think what happens is you get the top military fighter pilots.
Right.
When they retire, they'll be like, "Do you want to join the Red Arrows for a stint?"
Right.
It's not. By the way, I think it's not. Although there's like 7 of them, it's not the same 7 guys every time. I don't want to burst the Red Arrow bubble for everyone. We've had a brief technical issue. We weren't recording for 20 minutes.
Yeah. We spoke for 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes, all about
the
Charlie's
card was
weekend.
full.
Card's been full. It was funny stuff, but
Yeah,
you know.
it's just one of those lost files. I'd love to see it because when I was producing, it was pretty bad as well. But
It's
I
worse
guess
than ever now.
but yeah, spirits are in the bog.
Yeah.
Charlie
I think if
went
we
on
had
a
the lost
pagan-
files, the amount of great conversations we've had.
I know. Well,
lost it.
you're never going to hear all about Charlie's pagan weekend in Devon now.
Yeah.
So
That is a shame.
Do you want to just quickly break down?
Basically,
yeah.
my friend Arthur met these 2 hairy, lovely men called Ian and Jake at Shambhala. I think they were on quite a lot of drugs at the time. And Arthur was explaining to Ian how he'd never had a godfather and he loved the idea of having godparents.
Yeah.
So Ian and Jake said, "I'll be your godparents." So we all went down to Devon 10 years later, yesterday, and watched Arthur get officially made into a godson by his hairy fairy godparents.
they were wearing
And they
wizard
were all,
cloaks.
we were all in cloaks, and we went up to the woods and had bacon, and then everyone was saying nice words about Arthur. And
But it wasn't even that pagan. It was just a fucking vibe. It was just a jolly
yeah,
in
we
the
just
forest.
cloaked up eating bacon, and then just talking about.
But they're actually quite high quality cloaks on looking back on them because I thought they were kind of fancy dressed.
Yeah,
but
some of them-
they're decent. I wouldn't mind having a cloak like that just locking about.
yeah, Arthur's one's pretty magnificent.
What's your view on a cloak?
Overrated.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Is it highly rated a cloak?
Yeah.
People don't really wear cloaks that
For
much.
special occasions.
Do they wear?
Yep.
Well, I feel in this country when it's cold, if we all wore cloaks, that has more whimsy to it, don't you think?
It does have more whimsy.
Like arriving at the pub and then unclipping your thick winter's cloak.
Well,
There's something to it.
a cloak is just a thin coat, really, isn't it? Now that I'm looking at it.
I guess so, but it's sort of,
It's
but
baggier.
it can go
It's
it can
baggier.
go over more stuff. You can use it as a
Yeah.
blanket. You can sleep in it.
So you'd probably put your cloak over your coat.
It's actually like a giant scarf in a way. You know, it's practical.
Yeah.
You can use it as a towel if you need to. It basically implies that you're traveling by foot and you need clothing that you can use for many different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hide under it like they do in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all for this sort of whimsy, to be honest. I mean, this gay couple who are the godparents, they do look very well suited.
They are.
Yeah.
They're made for each other.
They look quite alike, but yeah, like they look like 2 gay dwarfs from Lord of the Rings dwarfs, not the real world dwarfs.
I don't think you were saying that at all.
No, I meant mystical dwarfs, not
they were-
non-mystical dwarfs as I call them.
It's refreshing to see, like, to hang out with an old gay couple, like an old pair of gay men.
I guess old gay couples don't get explored that much in media. And it's like, because there's loads of stereotypes about gay people. You don't have the old gay stereotypes. I guess this is what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're also not camp. They're sort of straight. They're potentially straight passing gays,
Right.
Which I also find is interesting to see.
But I guess a big part of, normally if you're an old gay couple, you won't have kids. So that's kind of like, and you'll have...
Well, now
probably
they've got one.
No,
Yeah,
they've got
exactly. But I guess you can do this sort of shit. You know,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
can.
benefit.
You have the freedom to just adopt people you meet at festivals wearing cloaks in a forest in Devon.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It does seem fun being an old gay couple in a way. It's the idea of like, you kind of not having kids, but also having no pressure to have kids. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, there's absolutely no societal judgment for not having kids if you're an old gay couple.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But do you think there is there societal judgment if you're
There's a little bit.
really?
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah, you just feel
I guess
like...
more from your own family. You know,
Yeah.
when are the grandkids coming?
Or I feel there's
Grandpa.
an implication of selfishness of a straight couple who are not having kids. It's like, you're just having a knees up and a jolly. You can't be asked to keep the human race going.
Yeah.
But gay couples, you're like, you go for it.
You go for it. Bang away. Have
Yeah.
some drinks. Go out.
But I was thinking they must have very it must be like quite a sort of striking sight. Imagining them 2 shagging it must look crazy. Like, because you've got two bearded men.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just bearded a bit, they're bearded down to their sort of waist.
Yeah, they look quite...
Well, they're not, are they? We are looking at a picture of them, and they're bearded towards their nipples, maybe.
Yeah, that's just Charlie trying to lie, but then the
Bold
photos...
move. It's a very bold move to do an appearance-based
Beard down to,
lie
like,
whilst we're
ankles.
staring at the men.
Hello, I am doing a tour in the month of May. I am coming to Glasgow on the 2nd of May, which will be just as this episode comes out. My tour is starting. Edinburgh, Newcastle, then Sheffield, then Salford, then Liverpool, then London. Salford, I mean Manchester. I don't know why. I don't know if you get upset if I call it Manchester, but it's been an absolute nightmare. I've even had people who live in Manchester saying, "Are you doing Manchester?" And it's like, well, it's Salford, but I don't know if it's any different. Anyway, whatever you prefer, that's what I'm doing. Liverpool, London, Leicester Square, 14th of May, which is already sold out, so I don't know why I'm even promoting it. Leeds, which I'm excited about. Birmingham, Bristol, doing 2 shows in Bristol. The second one is nearly sold out. York, Norwich, and then I'm ending it in Brighton. I'd love to see you guys there. Much love. Let's enjoy this bloody episode, shall we? Anyway, so my one of my dad's things is that every 7 years, right, all of your cells are different from what they were 7 years ago.
Yeah, because of the process of rejuvenation.
So at each 7 year point, you are physically completely different to what you were 7 years ago, right? So he says that's why at each of those 7 year periods is like a kind of age crisis you have.
I've heard this from your father.
So it's 7, 14, 21, 28. So I guess now I've just rejuvenated from my 21-year-old self. I'm now an entirely new person.
It doesn't really work though, does it?
But it's sort of like the Sugar Babes. You know how they're an entirely new group?
Yeah.
Because each one...
Like a new iteration of it.
Well, it's more... one person dropped out, someone came in, another one, and then all of their original
So you're
members.
saying life's a bit like the Sugar Babes?
I think your cell regeneration's a bit like the Sugar Babes.
I'm liking it.
It's still kind of nominally the Sugar Babes.
It would work
And it's gradually happened, but if you compare it, it's actually made up of different parts.
The problem is it's not that your body keeps all the same cells for 7 years and then all of them drop off and then immediately rejuvenate.
No, it's a long process.
It's a long, slow process. So
Yeah.
then it's, 7 years is kind of a redundant point, really, isn't it? Because it's all just one
Arguably.
continuous
Charlie has a lot of
cycle.
questions.
But what if you had like a kind of scar or like a rash that had been there for like 8 years?
You'd still have it, but it will just be
The old
made of
cells
different cells.
the new ones just come in and replace.
Yeah.
If you had a rash
Right.
that had been there for 8 years, surely
You're just thinking about skin cells. There's lots of other bodily
you
cells.
conceptually got this wrong.
Yeah, there's lots of... Your
you
body's
sure?
made
You're
up
not,
of
you're
cells.
not a literally different bloke. It's not
Yeah.
like, but I look the same. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I
So,
mean?
what are you
It's
talking
not-
about?
You don't look completely different. It's like...
Every 7 years. Your body is made up of cells.
It's the same
Skin
thing.
cells is one
It's the
kind.
same code, whatever, but the actual cells have been replaced minutely all the time.
by who?
By your body, the way... I mean, you're getting deep now. I don't really know, to be honest. It's
Themselves. It's the process of life,
They
death,
replace
rebirth.
They replace
you
themselves.
know when you have dead skin...
Do the new ones just burst out of the
No,
old
no,
ones?
you know dead skin? You know when you have
I
dead
don't
skin and you sort of shed a little bit of skin, it gets replaced by other skin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that happens in all parts of your body,
Right.
pretty much. We need to start bringing back silence bands, I think. We need to have
it's
like...
true.
I think we should have... What we need is a conch type thing.
Yeah.
With like a five written on it. And then it's like a bean bag. And we chuck it at you and for 5 minutes you have to shut the fuck
In
up.
fairness, there's
I was asking
some of
some
the
good questions.
responsibility is on us
Yeah.
because we're talking about cell rejuvenation. We shouldn't be chucking the ball to Charlie.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
We should be letting him
But
Google
sometimes I just
Boyle
need-
in the background.
I need 5 minutes of him just time out.
Yeah. So at the start of this episode, we tasked Charlie, our producer, with finding out some key points about the Sycamore Gap as this podcast went on.
Furiously types in now.
Now we how for fuck's sake.
200 years old.
The tree's 200 years old. That when I said basic facts about the Sycamore Gap, I didn't mean the composition of the tree. I meant more about the breaking news trial that's going on. So what I've heard is that the accused says it's their friend.
Okay.
It's their best friend. I mean, this is what, again, I don't know because we need it. Let's go with the summary. The trial of two men accused of cutting down the Sycamore Gap tree has resumed with the continuation of the defence.
Right.
Adam Caruthers says he never admitted responsibility for cutting down the tree. This is the first time jurors have heard from him directly. He also denies taking the Range Rover and phone belonging to his co-accused Daniel Graham.
Okay.
Mr. Graham earlier told jurors he had nothing to do with it, nothing to do with the felling, but says Mr. Caruthers had admitted it. The tree, which was owned by the National Trust, was found. Yeah, we know that. David Graham and Adam Caruthers both on camera on trial and denied the charges. They each denied 2 counts of criminal damage relating to the tree and the Roman wall. Now,
interesting. So they're both accusing each other of doing it.
It's maybe.
Well, it says it.
No, it says that Mr. Graham earlier told jurors he had nothing to do with it, but says that the other guy isn't saying that he did it.
I know. He's like,
So
I didn't do it, but he said that he did it. He says, I didn't say anything. You said that you did it.
No, there's no evidence. There's nothing on that says he's saying that to him. One of them's going, I didn't do it. He told me he did it. The other one's going, I never said that.
Right.
So it's not like the other guy isn't pointing blame back. He's just said he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But again, we need some points.
But there's a voice note. Exchanging excited messages in the days afterwards, sharing screenshots of the public outrage with Mr. Caruthers.
Yeah.
Saying in voice notes it was all over the news and someone who criticised them did not have the minerals to launch an operation like we did.
You ain't got the fucking minerals, pal. Oh, I like that.
That's fascinating.
Oh, I like the minerals. That's good.
You don't have the fucking minerals to
bud.
That's fascinating.
You don't have the minerals to fill that.
So this is all just happening today, right?
Yeah. But there was some sort of like the plot is thickening.
Court paintings, is that a little bit too impressionistic?
I think he just looks like that.
No, I don't think that's
because that's a pretty mental looking guy. He's got a fucking blockhead. You don't have the minerals, pal. You can fell this tree. You ain't got the fucking minerals. I really like minerals.
I really want to see these texts because if they're saying we didn't do it, it's going to be so clear from the text that they did it, right?
They're like,
when they're just like, because they're screenshotting everyone freaking out.
Stay there. Mr. Knox is asking why Mr. Graham wouldn't name names in his police interviews. Mr. Graham has told jurors he knew Mr. Caruthers had done it, but did not want to grass him up. Well, now he's a bloody supergrass, isn't he?
Why wouldn't you name him? At the time, he was my pal. At the times, there's
been a rift. The Sycamore Gap isn't the only victim of this crime.
Yeah, it's a friendship.
It's a friendship as well.
It's a beautiful friendship.
It's a lovely, beautiful friendship. Look, what's going on? We don't know.
Scroll up. Let's just see what the latest stuff is. Is there any other good shit in here? I did not cut down the tree. Mr. Caruthers is being questioned by... He starts by swearing an oath to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Mr. Gurney asks Mr. Caruthers, did you cut down the tree at Sycamore Gap? Mr. Caruthers, dressed in a navy suit and grey tie, replies, no. Did you record the Sycamore Gap tree being cut down? He also says no.
I believe him.
I believe him.
I for one believe him.
Is anything
information about his life. He was a mechanic maintaining farm machinery.
So he understands.
He understands trees.
We just need a fucking motive. They both knew how to use a chainsaw.
I think I know how to use a chainsaw.
Do you?
I've used a chainsaw, and it's pretty simple.
Is it?
You press a button.
Yeah.
You turn the safety off, you press a button, and off it goes.
Right.
I don't remember when. I think it was part of some sort of garden cleanup. Well, when else would you be using a chainsaw?
Yeah.
Only for nefarious reasons. It wasn't me. I didn't cut down the tree. So they used a chainsaw. There you go. How could a tree hit the headlines so much?
Do you think you'd be, as an artist, if you end up being a court drawer, would you be... Is that quite...
Yeah, it's not gone well.
It's not good.
Of course not, no.
Yeah.
Is there any honour in that? Is it like being a policeman?
Well, I guess it's more of a craft. It's not really an art. It's a craft.
Yeah.
So
it's direct reporting. It's part of the news, really.
Yeah, if you're trying to express yourself artistically, trying to do accurate court drawings, it's probably not...
Well,
I think it might be good to get your eye in. Like if that's a way to make money while you're stuff outside of it, you can really work on form and stuff. I just don't like how artistic they are almost.
Yeah,
they should be more...
just draw it better. Stop trying to put your stamp on it.
Yeah, it's actually quite like I quite like the style to it.
Yeah.
But it's not what he looks like.
Just draw what he looks like. Just draw it. Well, maybe we should get, because we're going to get a stenographer for an episode, so maybe we can get a court artist as well
to do
us every episode.
That's
Have a full typed up script of it.
Well, and that's but do that. Maybe we should stenograph. No, what is it? The court draw our thumbnails.
Yeah.
Of Oscar.
Yeah, it has to be a moment in time. Yeah. He's got an hour to do it, but
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, they're often bad as well.
Yeah, because in America you're allowed to take photos.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
And what do you feel about that?
Fine.
I feel we should be able to take photos, maybe. Because
Yeah.
I guess with like a big dramatic case, sometimes it's a bit annoying seeing the court drawing.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's see this fucker.
Well, you can get bloody cameras in America now as well. See the whole bloody trial. Heard Depp. We saw.
Is
all
that
of it.
good or bad for justice?
It's interesting, isn't it?
What a question.
It's
by me.
interesting.
Surely that's good.
Go on.
Like the more you can see them, the better. Like
But
Better for what?
the better for everyone?
But if someone is accused of doing a crime that they eventually overturned, they don't get what do you call it? They're found not guilty, but then
guess
all
it
of the
protects-
public who are around it means that they're already kind of guilty by design.
And then, for example, the Depp Heard trial
It's ruined everyone's life.
it's ruined all their lives, and it's just like we're finding out shit that we shouldn't really be finding out
there's
about.
a there's a privacy aspect, but it depends on the trial.
It does
doesn't
feel almost a bit too much how America's it's so televised.
It's too much. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't want
But
to
I
hear
think a photo. We should be allowed photos of them. Let's have a look.
Yeah, photos.
Let's have a
but
look.
I don't know, on like trial, if you like, I don't know, look at any kind of jury, any significant trial, there's going to be some stuff you don't want coming up because like the lawyers are trying to defame the opposition's witnesses.
I guess what's weird is not having photos, but then having a court sketcher. That just feels quite bizarre because it's more like.
Well, but it's about an idea. It doesn't give you the genuine raw emotion on
But it's
display.
always like you either don't show it or you show it. It's quite a funny little middle ground just having someone who's just sort of
you
blurring
can see
your
him
view.
in like a pencil form and not in. And they clearly just employ fairly average fucking drawers, so it's not bang on.
Yeah.
Because you could get
It's
them,
like a
if you get the
caricature.
best jurors, like, well, that's too close to a picture.
Yeah. Alcatraz. So Trump has got a whole new raft of stuff. He's have you seen the thing about the UK film industry?
Yeah.
And I guess most of the time it's like he won't do it, but then he does seem to do it.
Well, it's all film industries outside America. It's just 100% tax on international movies, isn't it?
So that's going to fuck things, I think.
It's not
and now
very
it's
good.
like, oh no, it's affecting me. I care a lot more now.
Yeah.
Winter fuel allowance, all that stuff. Who gives a fuck?
Kill him off. Let him freeze.
I'm like, why is this coming up on my phone? This does not apply to me whatsoever.
Old people are freezing. Good.
I'm young and warm.
I'm young and warm. I don't even turn the fucking heating on in my house. What do these guys need? Oh, I'm frail. Let's stop. But Trump is
We don't have a
reopening.
lot of old listeners,
Trump
too,
is
the over
true.
65 demo. If you look at our demographics, I think we have I think it's 0.5% over 65 demographics.
My
So-
grandpa gave it a try once. He was like, "Yeah, sorry, I can't do it." I was like,
his,
he might be the 0.1 who tried it at one point.
so what is Alcatraz? I actually don't know. It's like there's a lot of fan. There's a lot. It's like it's got a whole fandom around it. Like the
Trump
history of
is
it.
reopening Alcatraz.
Right.
I, for one, I love it.
Go on.
I love that.
So you've been to
Alcatraz.
San Fran.
I've been to San Francisco. Alcatraz is an island prison off the coast of San Francisco. It's surrounded by water, as islands are, but the water is shark
I
infested.
can tell you've been.
You can look very wise about these things. Yeah, a man of the world, a very well travelled man. It's surrounded. It's an island. It's probably about a 20-minute boat ride or something there. I don't know, but it's surrounded by shark infested waters. So it's
Is it actually?
yeah.
Is it naturally shark infested, or did they didn't put sharks in that?
Let's say a bit of both, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, it's like that's why it's like it's like the perfect dream of a scary prison.
Right.
An island
Like a
off the
comic
coast of-
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, bit of fucking fun.
Yeah.
Bit of fucking fun. Basically, it's closed, and I was going to go around there.
Why
and I
did
was-
it close? Do you know?
I think controversially stuff. Basically, there's a no one's ever escaped, but there was a film called Escape from Alcatraz
With Charlie Sheen, I believe.
Maybe.
I've seen the poster for it. I've never watched it. Yeah, I've
Clint
seen Charlie
Eastwood.
Sheen.
It's Clint Eastwood.
It looks like Charlie Sheen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it does, but it's a bit before Charlie Sheen's time, I
yeah.
think. Anyway, it was back in the day. Look, it's a prison that obviously captures the imagination. I was going to go on a tour around there, which I was very excited to do and
What
your
happened?
things off, but I got explosive food poisoning.
When you say explosive, do you mean out your arse?
And mouth. I went to Denny's
Right.
and got fucked by a sausage, I believe.
You what? You went to Denny's and got fucked by a sausage. What a sentence.
And I'll talk about the food poisoning now. I got food poisoning from the Denny's sausage. Denny's got fucked by a sausage. Yes, Andrew, what about the food poisoning? Oh, the food poisoning. That was from Pizza Express.
Because you get ill at such inopportune times.
I know, yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
So how much of the trip were you blowing your brains out?
It was food poisoning, so it was like 24 hours.
Right.
But I was in a hotel room sharing it with my mum, dad, and sister. Worst night of my sister's life.
Oh, so did you go to San Francisco before with your family?
Yeah.
Why was it the
I
worst?
don't know about that.
Yeah, you did.
So this isn't about...
You've
when
heard this story maybe 15 times. You've heard all of this before. Of
Why
course
were you in
have.
San Francisco? Just
We've
to try-
done it. These podcasters.
No,
have
I
heard
did
this
not
before.
know that you went, because I knew you went
Yeah,
to
you did.
Florida a lot.
Yeah, you did. You absolutely know. It was one of the most significant holidays of my life. And I've told you about it many times.
Right.
And then I missed Alcatraz because I was vomiting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that happened. I know, but the other family got ill as well.
Right.
So we had to miss Alcatraz.
Fine.
Anyway, Alcatraz reopening. Look, I'm into it.
Why did you miss it the second time when you were going to see Martha?
Couldn't be bothered.
Right.
Basically, that was just because I was going around with her and I was like, "Do you want to go to Alcatraz?" She was like, "I've been too many times," and I was like, "I don't really want to go by myself.
Yeah, that's
I can't
fair.
really be bothered."
That's
But
fair.
Anyway, just I like a big scary prison. Why can you look up why it closed down?
I know why it closed down.
Oh, go on.
Strangely, because it was too expensive to bring food on because you had to take it by boat.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's
maybe
basically
with modern technology, could be an easier way to get there.
what it is. It's all a kind of bollocks policy from Trump as well. It's like what it is signifying a tougher crackdown on crime. That's what
It's
it is.
news headliney as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. And it's like, if Trump reopens Alcatraz, it's like America's not fucking messing about anymore.
Yeah.
That's the point of it. But I kind of love it because I kind of want
It's
Alcatraz to
historic.
be open.
It's an institution.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea that the biggest baddest criminals are locked up on an island that's surrounded by sharks.
Yeah, it's good. I agree.
Not for my own safety, just because it's like the story's great.
And also, to be fair, for the prisoners, if you're on Alcatraz, you feel a bit of an
It's a
ego.
bit fucking cool.
Yeah, it's also,
He's in Alcatraz.
yeah, he's in fucking Alcatraz.
He's at Alcatraz. It's a great name as well, Alcatraz.
Yeah.
It's just like, for me...
I guess it will stop the tourism though. You won't be able to visit it.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, look, it wasn't going well before. I don't think I was ever going to visit Alcatraz.
All right. Well, I think we'll probably leave it there. So is that, yeah?
Yeah. A real patchwork episode.
We'll see you guys next week. But until then, please subscribe to the Patreon. And if not, have a lovely day.
All right.